Hello everyone, this is your English teacher. Today's story is called The Student I Heard. This story is for level A students and it's also the first story in our new graded reader, Improve Your English, Stories E. Now let's read the story. Many years ago I was a student at a university. One day I was sitting in my yard during lunchtime. My friends and I were eating chicken and chips. We had just come from the beach and we were very hungry. I remember that day clearly because it was the day my life changed. I was sitting alone thinking about nothing. I was tired after swimming in the sea and playing volleyball with my friends. Suddenly I saw a woman walking slowly. She was looking around. It looked like she was lost. I didn't think much of it. I continued to eat and then I saw her again. She stopped in front of me. I looked up and asked her what she wanted. She smiled. "Excuse me," she said, "could you tell me where the library is?" I looked at her for a few seconds without saying anything. I thought she was joking. I looked away again and went back to eating my chips. "Could you please tell me where the library is?" "I'm sorry to bother you," she said. I felt bad. I knew I was being rude, but I couldn't speak very well. I looked at her again. "Sorry, I don't know," I said. She nodded. "Thank you anyway." "Excuse me," she said and walked away. I went back to eating my chips and drinking my orange juice. I felt bad because I had been rude to the woman, but I was also a bit scared. She was very beautiful. She had long, soft black hair. She was thin and tall and she looked like a model. I looked away and tried to calm down, but suddenly she was there again. She stood in front of me and I could feel her eyes on my face. "Can I help you?" I said nervously. "Could you please tell me where the university offices are?" she asked. "Oh, they're over there, between the administration building and the sports center." I pointed to a small white building behind me. "Thank you. Do you know if they're open now?" she asked. "Yeah, I think so," I replied. "It's lunchtime, but maybe you can ask someone at the reception." She nodded and started walking. "Wait a minute," I said. "Why do you want to go to the offices?" I asked. "To make an appointment with someone," she said. "Oh," was all I could say. She smiled and walked away. Then something strange happened. She came back again. I looked up and she was smiling. She had that same sweet smile. "What else can I help you with?" I asked. "Do you know where I can find some fresh fruit? I want to buy a banana or maybe some apples," she asked. "There's a supermarket just a few minutes from here. It's on the corner of Elm Street. Is that what you want?" I asked. "Perfect, thank you," she said and walked away quickly. A few minutes later, she came back. I looked up and saw her standing in front of me. I could see she was smiling and holding back her laughter. "Do you have a minute?" she asked. "Can I sit here?" I was surprised, but I nodded. She sat down next to me and took out a small notebook and a pen. "Do you mind if I record something?" she asked. "Of course not," I replied. Then she spoke into the notebook. She was recording herself. I don't know what she was doing, but I was curious. "I'm talking to a student who doesn't want to help me," she said. "It's perfect. This is exactly what I need, thank you." She stopped the recording and looked at me. "What are you doing?" I asked. "I'm making a list of students for my project," she replied. "A project?" I asked. "Yes, a project at university. You know, academic research. I'm studying education and this is one of my assignments. I have to study how people respond when I ask them for help," she explained. "So you've been asking different students for directions, etc.?" I asked. "Yes, but most of them have been really nice and helpful. I haven't found anyone who doesn't want to help me until now," she said, smiling. "You were really rude to me." "I don't want to be rude, but I have no idea why you did this," I admitted. "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be rude. I just didn't know what to say. You came up to me 5 times and each time you came, I was getting more nervous, and each time you asked me something, I realized I didn't know much English. I knew you would realize I wasn't very good at speaking and I was afraid of that, so I acted like a jerk. I'm really sorry," I said. She smiled. "Don't worry, I understand. I actually expected that kind of reaction. That's why I chose you. Are you okay with that?" I nodded. "Thank you. I really appreciate your help. I'm going to give you a good grade for today, she said. No, I don't want a good grade. I want to improve my English. How can I help you with your project? I asked. She smiled. That's great. Well, I'd like you to practice your English with me. Would you like to have lunch with me tomorrow? We can go to that restaurant near the university. What do you think? She asked. I didn't answer. I just looked at her and smiled. The following day, I met her at the restaurant. Her name was Isabella. I learned that she was from Brazil. We spent 4 hours talking. We talked about many things, including our cultures and, of course, English. That day I felt like I was learning a lot. I practiced my English with Isabella every day for 2 months. She helped me a lot, and although she never gave me any homework, I never missed a lesson. We spent so much time together that my friends began to get jealous. They told me that I only ever wanted to talk about English and studying, but I didn't care. I had found a great language partner and I liked spending time with her. She was funny and kind and I was learning fast. One day, Isabella came to our usual meeting place and told me that she needed to spend less time with me. Why? I asked. Because you're good enough now, you don't need me anymore, she said, but I still want to keep practicing. I replied, I'm going back to Brazil. She said, oh, was all I could reply. I wasn't happy about the idea of not seeing her every day. Will you visit me in Brazil? I asked. Maybe one day, she said. Please don't forget me, I said. She laughed. Never. I will never forget you, she promised. A few weeks later, Isabella left. She went back to Brazil. We kept in touch for a while by email, but then we lost contact. I don't know what happened to her. Maybe she got married or had children. I hope she's happy wherever she is. Although we don't know each other now, I will never forget her. She was the best language partner I could have ever found. Most important of all, she taught me to overcome my shyness and fear. I learned that if you're polite, people will always be ready to help you. And that's our story. Now check your understanding with these questions. Find the answers in the story, write them down and compare with a partner or write them in the comments below. Question E. Where was the story set? Question R. Why did the student act like a jerk? Question C. What was Isabella doing at the university? Question S. Where did the student and Isabella have lunch? Question U. Where is Isabella from? Now it's time to practice your pronunciation. Notice how the American English word help has a P sound, but British English speakers usually pronounce it H. Listen carefully and repeat after me. Help, 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 help. And finally, it's time to learn some vocabulary from the story. If you know the meaning of each word, write known in your notebook. If you don't know the meaning, write not known and look it up in the dictionary, then check with a partner or write in the comments below. Words: rude, appointment, realize, nervous, curious, expect, pair, culture, grade, language partner, shy, visit, contact, lose, although a sudden change, before a percent, swim, volunteer. If you enjoyed this story and want to improve your English with us, subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye.